Nostalgia. It's something that we all people have and might cling on to at times. It's always the good old days, but not often excited for what's ahead. As we live and enter a different chapter in our lives, we tend to look back on what we had in the past. Some of those moments are hard to let go, especially the good ones. The future is unpredictable, and I feel like it's always easier to assume the worst instead of giving yourself hope. Because of that, we always wished we were living in the better, more comfortable time in the past. Now that I'm unemployed, I miss the days when I'm in university. Because the real world is a bit too real for me right now. Job searching, taxes, building a career, things that seem like such far-fetched adult things I never had to do, yet here I am being a young adult, taking my first steps. It was a better time back then. When I was in university, I missed the days when I was in high school. It was so much more carefree, and all I needed was to care about handing in homework. University was coming up, but who cares? I already knew where I wanted to go, and as long as I met the requirements, then I would just get an offer from them. All I had to do was do decently well in this exam that seemed like such a big deal. Other than that, I was hanging out with my friends, doing just whatever, and having a good time. It was a better time back then. When I was in high school, I would miss my middle school and primary school days. All I did was hang out, play with toys, buy snacks, and play video games. Studying was the least of my concern. I would go out to play football with my friend, or play with robot toys at his place. Sometimes their parents would be nice enough to cook me dinner as well. Albeit nothing fancy, it was everything I wanted. The only thing that would stress me out was the worksheet I haven't finished yet. And if I don't, I'll get yelled at. That was it. It was a better time back then.
While nostalgia is nice, it does get dangerous if we just keep reminiscing about the past. Because all we could care about then would just be what we had before in the past, but instead of what we could potentially achieve in the future. Nostalgia makes it all the much harder to let go sometimes because it's this idealized past that we have in our minds that we just keep thinking about. Let's say for myself, when I moved countries a few years ago, and I had to adapt to a new environment, it took me quite a while to do so. Not necessarily because of the culture shock that I would be experiencing, like other people or any external factors, but because it was. I was trying so hard to chase the things I used to have back in my home country, but in a completely foreign land. And what that meant was that I would be using up a lot of time and a lot of energy and sometimes a lot of money just to do those things. And to be very honest with you, it was a very slippery slope that I was trying to walk. And honestly, it was also very unfair to myself because by doing that, I wasn't willing to give myself a chance to explore and to do new things in a new place, right? Every place in the world has certain things that it offers, and because I was trying so hard to chase those old things that I was so used to, it just didn't allow me to appreciate what's like right in front of me. But instead, I was just doing all these things, just trying to do what I used to do in the past.
And I get it. Reality is harsh, and I also miss the time when everything seemed to be a lot more simple and innocent. All the worries I had at the time now seem insignificant, and everything wasn't that serious. Here I am back in a city where life in the past was way less complicated. It represents a time in my life in the past, and every time I come back, it brings back so many memories. Things were just so much easier to deal with back then. I feel like life is so complicated now, and it's only going to get more hectic in the future. It worries me, but at least I get to have this right now. Nostalgia is one hell of a drug. It's so easy for us to dig a hole of staying in the past and never get out of it. Everything always seems to be nicer back then. But you do have to understand that the world that we so miss and think about sometimes doesn't exist anymore. What's important now is to look forward and work towards what we can do in the future. But even with that said, just as a little treat sometimes once in a while, being nostalgic ain't too bad.
Alright, this is Kwanu. Thanks for watching. And like and subscribe if you like this type of content. And yeah, as you can see, I'm in a different environment because I am in a different country and I'm traveling for quite a bit right now. So fingers crossed, hopefully everything will go smoothly and uploads will stay consistent. But with that said, I'll see you guys next time.